From deforestation in the name of agriculture to water pollution caused by pesticides and waste food systems have a direct impact on our environment, and worsening climate conditions in turn lead to mass crop death and drought, decimating those very food systems we depend on. Fortunately, regenerative agriculture, sustainable farming practices and eco-friendly approaches are changing the way we farm fish and feasts. From grain that's been cultivated since 5000 BC to newly engineered climate blend bread, these 5 foods may have different histories, but they all have a part to play in future food menus. Pawpaw America's largest native fruit is the pawpaw, a sweet, tangy treat with creamy, yellowish-green meat that can be scooped out with a spoon. In addition to being a low-impact crop that requires little intervention to grow, pawpaws are resilient against drought and flooding and naturally resistant to pests and diseases. No pesticides or fertilizers required. Pawpaw trees also boost biodiversity by providing habitat and food for various insects, birds, and other wildlife, including the native zebra swallowtail butterfly, which relies exclusively on pawpaw leaves and nectar. Image by Mr. Tin MD Flickr CC by NC 2.0. Now that smaller farmers are turning to sustainable agriculture, pawpaw orchards are cropping up in greater numbers, enriching soil and restoring watersheds as they grow. Many of us are kind of bitten with the pawpaw bug. Kirk Pomber, research lead of Kentucky State University's Pawpaw Research Program, told AG Daily, "It just has a lot of potential." Cricket scientists estimate that there are several quintillion or a million trillion crickets on the planet. And as world hunger mounts and researchers look for protein alternatives, the hopping, chirping insect has become an increasingly popular topic of discussion. Crickets are already a traditional food source in many countries, including China, Thailand, Japan, and Mexico, and have proven to be invaluable historically when food was scarce. And to those unfamiliar with the taste of cricket, it is best surmised as an earthy, nutty, mushroomy flavor. But its nutritional benefits, protein, zinc, potassium, iron, and vitamin B12 give it added validity as a food poised for global adoption. There are many communities that know how to prepare insects in ways that make them most tasty, Ishka Bless, an Australian researcher, told SBS News. We have to acknowledge it and learn from that traditional knowledge, but also understand how they may be incorporated using modern food technology methods. Lionfish, when he's not feeding the hungry through his non-profit World Central Kitchen, Chef Joss Andes has been passionately spreading a message: eat lionfish. The invasive species, affixed with venomous spines, decimates native fish species and threatens coral reefs throughout the Atlantic Ocean, Caribbean Sea, and Gulf of Mexico. Producing 30,000 to 40,000 eggs every few days, the lionfish population continues to rise at an unprecedented rate. Image via Michael G. Blair CC by 3.0. Since 2018, Anders has been serving up fried lionfish at several of his restaurants. Following his lead, an increasing number of chefs added the striped fish to their menus. Having lionfish on the menu is a very big message, and just told the Daily Meal, adding that the environmentally conscious meal goes very well with tartar sauce. Funny, I've recently become fascinated by an ancient family of grains called millets, Bill Gates wrote on X, formerly known as Twitter, in April 2024. He went on to note that although the food was new to him, it's been well known for generations in West Africa. In fact, it's even older than the wheat. Fonio, which is part of the millet family, is an ancient grain that has survived 5,000 years for a reason. It's a drought-tolerant crop that not only grows well in poor-quality soil, but rejuvenates the ground as it grows. As climate change threatens food security globally, the nutrient-dense grain could play a crucial role in creating more resilient food systems while also combating malnutrition. Although it is not currently available on a commercial scale, a new processing facility in Senegal is helping local farmers improve its viability as a superfood of the future. Climate blend bread. For several years, scientists at the Washington State University Bread Lab have been hard at work planting, harvesting, and baking a new climate blend bread to combat the challenges posed by climate change and excessive drought. By combining ancient drought-resistant grains like wheat and sorghum and using regenerative farming practices, Bread Lab aims to create a more resilient and equitable food system. And the sustainable bread not only supports climate-friendly agriculture, it makes great sourdough. I mean this in the best possible way, Bread Lab manager Janine Sanguin told NPR, but it tastes like it's made with white flour. You may also like, in this small town in Amsterdam, every resident devotes 50 of the land to growing food. Header image via Washington State University Bread Lab.